Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a new question. There's actually two ways to do this. And the first one, so this is the starting page. So the first one is of course to go to questions. This is also the page where you can see a list of all the questions that we have in the platform. You can sort by your questions, the questions that you've added to the platform, but also looking at the questions that we've added to the platform. So you can do a sorting here as well. And you can do it even more and filter by the type of questions. So if it's a competency-based, motivation, culture, and so on. So if you press that one, only the experience-based questions will pop up essentially. Very easy. Yeah, so from this page, you can create a question. You can do it from scratch. So like this, you press create question and then you choose the type of question you want to create. So let's just take competency based to start with. It's a little bit of an explanation of what these type of questions aim to assess. And then you can choose either adding the question to an already existing competency, or you can also create new one. So here you have all the competencies that's in the platform. So you can, there's the name and also the definition of it like this. But as I said, you can also create a new one. Then you can add the name, made up competency, and then you can add a description to it. So what this competency aims to measure. Make sure it's behaviorally focused. When you're done with that, I'm just gonna take a competency now. You write your question, so state the question. You can of course add a note to an interview so that when this question pops up, that information also pops up to the person doing the interview. So you write your question, and then of course you can add follow-up questions. And you do it by, so we can take the one that's as an example here. What was your responsibility? Misspelled, nonetheless. There we have it. And it pops up and you can of course delete them. And down here, you can add, if you want to, behavioral anchors. So if you know exactly how you want to conduct this interview and exactly how you want this question to look like. And we have, unsatisfactory, good, and excellent to have the behavioral anchors. So you can write, so one row can be one specific behavior. So it could be, for instance, if you're looking at consideration, it could be showed a lot of consideration, some consideration, not so much consideration. Maybe it could be also how much you listen to the person. So listened a lot, didn't listen so much, didn't listen at all, for instance. When you are happy with it, you simply press add question and it gets added. It's only the competency-based question and the hard skills questions that have these behavioral anchors. So they differ a little bit depending on the type of question that you add. But you can also create a question by taking a question that you have. So for instance, if we bring up ask a questions, you can actually go in and edit a copy. So I like this question, for instance, like, oh, this is a great question, but I would like it to be slightly changed. No worries. You can just go to edit copy, make some changes, maybe add a follow-up question, and whatever it could be that you want. And then when you save it, it will pop up. So we can do a facing role in your previous job. Not the best question, but you get the chance. The sense I add something new to the question, and then I press save, and then it pops up, and then it's black because it's one of my questions now. So I took the question that was already created and just made a copy of it and edited it slightly. And this can be really nice actually to do to steal the questions that we've created at Asker. So if you don't want to write competency or behavioral anchors, just take a question that you like, go to edit the copy, you have the question, change it a little bit, and you can keep all this information to make it easier for you. So that's a straightforward way of creating questions. The other version is, of course, that when you create a project like this, sorry for moving so much, but there we go. And then you add competence question, for instance, you actually have the option to create the question from here. So we press it and we get to the question explorer, question create explorer. So you can do it like that. And same thing, you can also add a question like here. I'm ask a question and actually edit it.